What is the best album ever made? That question has plagued us humans forever. Maybe all this time it was an arbitrary question, or maybe Addison Rae hadn't released her debut record yet. Yes, indeed, the gap of our understanding in answering that question was Addison shaped all along. Hi, I'm a music critic, and here's a hard truth many aren't ready to accept. Addison Rae is better than Mozart. A lot of men struggle with this concept. What? No, she can't be. She must remain a TikToker forever. She hasn't suffered enough yet. Shh. Calm down. It's gonna be okay. I know the truth can hurt. Do you listen to Mozart? I didn't think so. Maybe you should go save him from flopping instead of getting mad at me. This is grounded in reality and supported by culture. Mozart is incredibly dated, and unlike Addison Rae, he has never possessed the range to adapt across platforms or curate images or thrive in a system that's hostile to his existence. And let's be clear, the only thing Mozart ever did was be deaf, and I think. And that's great, but it's not very eclectic. Mozart wasn't even smart enough to write lyrics, and that lack of imagery leaves a lot to be desired. If you compare that to Addison Rae's Diet Pepsi, which is one song, you have My Lips Reflect off his cross gold chain, ripped blue jeans, cheeks are red like cherries in the spring, fog up the windows in the parking lot, sitting on his lap sipping Diet Pepsi, I write my name with lipstick on your chest, in the back seat. The whole song is a catalog of vivid images that build up a whole world in this tiny car. Not attempting to world build or make a space for the casual listener to enter is not a flex. The fact that you could never fully understand Mozart's true talent or value without a degree or a trip to Symphony Hall is also not a flex. The whole point of art, of music as a medium, is to communicate something. So the least helpful thing you can do is make fancy sounding music for the sake of sounding fancy. The truth is, Mozart was a flop. Okay? When I hear Mozart, I just think, oh, my third grade teacher put on classical music so we could concentrate more on the sophisticated practice of coloring in bird drawings. Addison Rae actualizes your inner being, while the only thing Mozart does is make you feel smart for those of us who are dumb. Luckily, the dumb people aren't winning, as he has less than half of Addison Rae's monthly listeners. But out of fairness, I went through some of his background to get a fuller, impartial view, because that's very important, right? So according to Wikipedia, Mozart quickly emerged as a child prodigy under the training of his father, who was a skilled pedagogue. That is a really nice way of saying he was a Nepo baby. I'm struggling to see how that is organic. Let's also not forget that Mozart was spiritually a billionaire. I think a lot of people overlook that detail. And emblematic of that, he was difficult to work with, and his sound infected music like a corporate monopoly does. And what was this sound that infected music, you ask? Classical music. Classical meaning you want to take us back? Classical meaning you want to take us back to a time where universal rights were applied selectively? Why would you want that? That is the opposite of humanity, which in turn is the opposite of art. You want to get rid of humanity? Are you Hitler? Are you Hitler? This is the guy that you all are supporting, by the way. If you don't think Hitler was bad, you should die. I'm not taking feedback on that. Mozart was brainwashing musicians as a part of his werewolf cult. And people don't want to talk about it. They'll do anything but talk about it. And if you don't believe me, riddle me this. His name was legitimately Wolfgang Mozart. Most artists, Wolfgang, hello. And this is why Addison Rae is here. She's here to save us. That's why her name is Rae. Because werewolves hate sun rays. Hello, wake up. I mean, I'm sorry, but I also have to ask, do we really know how much Mozart was involved in the creative process? Do we really know that? I mean, I'm just asking a question. Sorry, I didn't know I couldn't ask a question. I mean, listen to me, you people. I know you've been brainwashed by the people who decided that Mozart was so smart. But could you, for half a second, have a thought that is not in perfect alignment with the demonic doctrine of Mozart's werewolf cult? For half a second, could you have one thought that is independent of exactly what his werewolf demonic cult doctrine wants you to believe and think? For 1 second. That's why he never even was able to acknowledge that music is power and money is everything. And money is everything. Isn't it? Ah, yes. Money is everything. It is, isn't it? Your money is your power. Your power is your leverage in your voice.
Mama always told me to save my money, so I never had to rely on a man to take care of me.
Society used to deny women this power. And ironically, this is the same society that begs for money and shames those who dare to ever spend it on themselves.
Can a girl just have fun? Can a girl have fun? Can a girl have fun?
But of course, there is a line between fun and obsession. At the end of this song, she manically screams,
"Hey, baby, don't lie. Money loves me. I'm the richest girl in the world."
and the men who hear it say to themselves, not the first time I heard something superficial from a blonde. She's a bubbly girl, singing a hyper-feminine song made by 3 women alone. Men are trained to take femininity at face value. Absurdity can only be sincerity. But I'm just a fan who somehow insists that she's better than Mozart. So what do I know?